Good day and greetings from the Great White North. My name is Prickly Poo and welcome to day 123 of a year of change. Past couple of days, the quality of the videos have been a little weird. They've been little flickery, colory, flicky bits. So I think it may have been my lighting, so I do apologize for that. But I think we're on the right track. I think everything is good to where it needs to go. So, just figured I would bring that up. Today we're going to look at a new food. A new food. This is something that I wasn't actually actively looking for this. I was in a store a few days ago, and just with a friend of mine, he was getting groceries and stuff, so I'm zipping around and just looking at the different things and seeing what's on sale, and there's nothing really good there. And then I saw this thing. It looks like a Muppet, actually. So, there it is. It's a little fluffy. The leaves are a little wilty right now, but normally they stand up. Anyway, this is the thing I was talking about on Saturday or Sunday? One of the days, anyway. I think it was on Sunday when I mentioned it. That had the word chou in it, in French. Which, by the way, I butchered that. The word window, by the way, is not fenêtre. It's fenêtre. That's the proper way, or fenêtre. You have to do the thing. So, I do apologize to all my friends, especially a friend of mine who lives in Quebec. Sorry. But, it's stage fright. It's pressure. There's too much pressure. I couldn't figure out how to say it, and that's what happened. So I figured I would bring that up as well, because I was going to do that on sort of like the weekend update thing, but this reminded me of it. Anyway, the name of the vegetable is actually kohlrabi. Kohlrabi. And it's essentially, it says it's sort of a cross between, like, the words come from the German, from cabbage and turnip, I think. So, at first, once I found that out, I was like, not a big, I mean, I don't mind cabbage, but I know that it's one of those things that not a lot of people enjoy. Turnip, oddly enough, not a fan of cooked turnip, but raw turnip, I'm okay with. Actually, raw turnip, as odd as it sounds, if you use the little tiny holes in a cheese grater and grate it, it turns really, really sweet, which is kind of weird. Anyway, so that's what I was expecting from this. This, as you can see, is fairly big. I'll do it this way instead of going that way. And you can actually eat the entire thing. You can eat the greens, you can treat them like spinach or kale or, what was the other thing? Other green things. So you can eat them raw, you can fry them, you can bake them, you can do whatever you want with them. But the only part that I've tried so far, because I wanted to try it raw, was the root. Now, for those of you out there that are thinking, I don't like cabbage, it doesn't taste like cabbage. So, when you first look at it, actually, these leaves, you can eat these as well. And apparently you can eat it raw, you can roast it, you can fry it, you can do all sorts of things with it. So, basically, what these do, you just snap these off. Boop, see, they come right off. Now, I don't know if you can see that, but they're really fibrous, like celery. Oop, there's a cat hair already. There's a lot of fiber in it, like celery. Did it? Wait, you can't see. Anyway, so you can snap these off fairly easily, and we'll take these off, and whoop, there we go. I'll pick it up later. Don't worry. And that leaves you with this, and this is what I tried. Now, the outer skin on this, at first glance, it feels and looks like the stalk of broccoli. So, for those of you out there that do not like broccoli, don't worry. It doesn't taste like broccoli either. But it does. It has that same texture, so you want to peel that off. And I just used a potato peeler, but you can cut it off with a knife if you want. It doesn't go very far, maybe 2 or 3 millimeters in. For those of you using Imperial, it's 2 or 3 millimeters. I don't know what that is in inches. I'm sorry. 2.5, 1. I'll say an 1/8 of an inch. I don't know if that's big. Anyway, you just peel the whole thing off, and originally I was going to try it just raw, which is what I ended up doing. So, I said originally. So this is what you end up with once you peel it. Like a little potato-y thing. And it's it doesn't smell. It sort of smells like a cross between broccoli and turnip and a radish. It was really weird. It's a really unique smell to it. It smells very good though. And if any of you are out there going, I don't like either one of those, it doesn't taste like any of those either. So don't worry. It doesn't taste like it smells. But it's almost got, I guess radish is probably the way they're the best smells to sort of equate it to. But once it's all peeled off, it basically, this section of it, you cut this off and you cut that off and then you just peel the rest of it. Because this gets really woody, I guess, for lack of a better term. Just like the bottom of a head of lettuce, that thick woody stem, that's what that's like. It's a bit dirty, sorry. But the rest of it, you know, just cut a little bit off that way and you should be good. So when I try something new, I usually want to try, if I can, raw. I couldn't try that with the, what was it called? The other thing I did, anyway. Because it's poison, but this isn't poison, so you're okay. So, all I did, I just cut it open. That's how it looks on the inside as well. And it actually slices fairly easily. And it has the sort of same texture as a potato or a radish, again, or the inside of a stalk of broccoli. But it doesn't taste like that. I know I keep saying what it doesn't taste like, so here's what it does taste like. It's really hard to describe because it has the same texture as, I don't know if you've ever eaten just the center of a carrot. If you know how the carrots have like little rings in them and that sweet centerpiece that's in there? That's what this reminded me of. Is just sort of like a flat, not grainy like a potato, but more like a water chestnut, if you've ever had one of those. How it's, or an Asian pear, how it's crispy and it's sort of almost like a Fuji apple, which we have talked about before. That same sort of texture. It's not a grainy, potatoey, starchy texture. And it's surprisingly sweet. I ended up, well, I bought 3 of these, and I ate one of them just raw. So, it was, yeah, very interesting. And it's very crispy, and I'm going to see if you can hear it. Oh, I'll do it on camera as well. Ah, look at that. So, apparently you can just prepare these any way that you want. You can cook, you can boil them, you can steam. I was going to go boil them, match them, stick them in a stew from yesterday. But, oh, sorry, you have to look at our videos, you'll understand. But the, sticky bits. But I just ended up eating them raw. But apparently you can roast them, you can boil them, you can, shred them and put them on salad, which a lot of people do. They are surprisingly sweet. Again, like the inside of a carrot, how different that is from the regular bits of a carrot. It's, for those of you out there with a sweet tooth, though, it's not going to be as sweet as the dates or as the grapes or anything like that. But compared to broccoli or potatoes or radishes or anything like that, it's surprisingly sweet. It was really, really good. I enjoyed it. So, it's called kohlrabi. Apparently, you can get it pretty much anywhere. It's a very common vegetable. I just have never seen it before. This is what happens when you don't eat properly, and you go, "Ooh, what's this brand new thing?" And they say it's just a very old thing. It's not like an ancient vegetable or anything like that. It's fairly new, but guess you can pick them in May or June or early July, I guess, which is probably why I just saw it now. But I would suggest that you try it. Even if you're not a big fan of, turnip or radish and things like that, because I think it comes from the same family, but it has a very, very different taste. Turnip is one of those things that I've never acquired a taste for. It just doesn't taste like anything. It just tastes like turnip. Or parsnips. Never have liked parsnips because they look like albino carrots and I don't like them. But these are something that I will definitely be buying again if I can. And so one of those things that once you try it, you want to sort of get other people to try it. Just say it's different, to try it. It's good. There's not a weird taste to it at all. It's almost like I want to say an unsweetened apple, but not a sour apple. But it's really hard to describe. It may not be very hard to describe. I'm just really bad at describing it myself. But as I say, it's got the same sort of texture as, I want to say a potato, but potatoes have that like that grainy, starchy feel to it. And these really don't. These actually have a texture much like a carrot. Actually, if you were to slice a carrot lengthwise in those little thin strips with like a potato peeler or something, that same texture that you would get from that's what this reminds me of. And it's sweet like that as well. It sounds weird, carrots being sweet, but if you've ever sliced carrots really, really thin with a potato peeler, and just, you know, the great big long straight, anyway, how I don't know what it does, if it releases sugars differently than you would if you're just biting into a great big chunk of it or something, but that's what this reminded me of quite a bit, and it's something that I will definitely be trying again. So as I say, it does sort of resemble the leaves are over on the floor. I can't show you the leaves anymore, but the leaves apparently you can eat raw. You can prepare them just like you would with any other leafy vegetable, so you can eat almost the entire thing. You can eat the skin off this as well, but it's really tough, just like the outside of a broccoli stalk, which you can eat, but you're going to be chewing for 5 hours, and although it'll be good for fiber, it'll be a little difficult to digest in the long run. So it's probably just easier just to peel it. So that's what I did anyway. But that's what it looks like when it's got the same rubbery, woody texture as broccoli. So nutrition. I should probably talk about the nutritional value of it, because I'm obviously done a magnificent job in describing how it tastes. I've tried to compare this with other things, and there's nothing that really jumps out and says, well, this is going to be your new source of vitamin play. So the best thing I could do, because it seemed to be, you know, closest to broccoli in appearance before I tried it, that's what I compared it to. And it's got a bit more fiber, a bit less sodium, and a few less calories. Not by much, but broccoli doesn't have any calories in it anyway. But in general, it would be the same nutritional value as broccoli, except much, much sweeter, but it doesn't seem to have a lot of sugar in it, which is really weird. So I don't know what it is that's causing that. Maybe they're taking into account the leaves and everything else, because they don't taste very sweet at all. So I compared it to, 100 grams of this to 100 grams of broccoli, and they're pretty much the same. So if you're not a fan of broccoli, one way or the other, whether it's the stalk or the florets or whatever you don't like about it, give these a try. And you may like it, you may not, but at least you've tried it. And until you try it, you won't know if you like it or not. It doesn't taste anything like broccoli, just so you know. I'm not trying to fool you. It doesn't taste anything like it. If you've tried water chestnuts, it's sort of like that sweetness without being sugary. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about the taste anymore, because I'm doing a horrible, horrible job of it. But yeah, there's nothing spectacular about them, other than the fact that it's a unique taste and something that would be really, really good. Whether it's just for... Ooh, I'm probably making a lot of noise. I'm sorry with the mic. Whether it's a snack thing or if you're going to sort of slice them up, or I've seen 2 or 3 different people actually mention that they grate it and put it on salad, so which would probably be really, really good. They've made coleslaw out of it, which would be probably better than cabbage. Cabbage, again, is one of those things that doesn't always have a flavor to it. You've got to add a lot of stuff to it. This I just ate raw. I didn't add anything to it at all, and it was surprisingly good. So, anyway, it's a new vegetable for you to try. You can try the leaf. I haven't tried the greens yet, but you can try those. I wouldn't really recommend eating the skin on that. You can try it if you want. I'm not going to, because it's like the outside of broccoli. You're not going to really eat that anyway. And the stalks don't really have a lot of flavor to them. But go take a look, see if you can find them, and you can try something new. Anyway, that was it. I don't have a lot for today. I probably have gone... Oh, geez, we're good. We're all right. We're at a good length for this video. We have gone a little bit over each day, but it's okay, because we're learning new things and doing interesting things with vegetables. So anyway, kohlrabi, that's what they're called. Go take a look for them. And they're really cheap too. Where I was anyway. They come in a bundle, and I got 3 of them about this size, and it was like $2 or $3 for all 3 of them. So I don't know what the fiber content is, because that might keep you fuller longer. When I ate the other one, that's all I had. I had that for breakfast, and it stuffed me. So there's probably quite a bit of fiber in there. Now that I think about it. If you want extra, eat the skin, because then it will sweep through you like something that sweeps through things. There we go. Anyway, I'm going to start rambling, so I'm going to stop this one here. But for now, thank you very much for watching the video. If you liked it, please poke the like button for me. And in the meantime, keep yourself warm and fuzzy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.